everybody, and welcome to Movie Couple Live. I'm Wendy.
I'm Dustin.
And this is a show where we talk about the latest in movie news and pop culture. And of course, you guys, happy Saturday.
Yep, that's correct.
I got it. I started to put it in my show notes on top where I write SAT for Saturday. So
in this day and age, it takes a conscious effort just to remember what day of the week it is.
I mean, it's been kind of a weird week for me. I'm sure you've noticed, and I don't know exactly what it is, but I am the type of person that tend to get overwhelmed quite easily, even though there could be just 3 things that I need to focus on, but all 3 things are priority. So I tend to want to get them all done at the same time, all at once.
Wendy's always like, I want to get all of this done now. And then I want to move on to a new project so I can get that done.
But it needs to happen right now. And they all need to get published at the same time. It's like, that's not possible. And I don't know how I became conditioned this way. I can't imagine it was always like this. Like, what happened to the college me where I would procrastinate and do it last minute and it still somehow passed.
Wendy, the college years.
I feel like that was a better Wendy, but less stressed Wendy. But you guys, welcome to today's live stream. We're so excited to, I'm trying to get rid of this. There we go. So excited to hang out with you guys and talk so many things, including more casting announcements for the Borderland movie.
We also got more casting announcements for The Last of Us.
Of course, the future of Cara Dune in the Star Wars universe, if you will, and of course, WandaVision spoilers. Yes. So what we're gonna do for spoilers is because just in case, because we know the episode only came out yesterday, we don't want to have it ruined for anybody. So for right now, I would like to ask if you're watching live to refrain from talking spoilers in the chat, just in case somebody read it. We're going to do our kind of movie news discussion towards this part of the show. And then we're going to go on a very minuscule
break.
Bathroom break. And then we will come back and we'll go all in on WandaVision. So that is how the show is going to go today. I like Late to the Party is here.
Woo! Yeah, Late to the Party.
Robert is like my virtual editing partner. Every Thursday, early Friday, because I know us over here at the Movie Couple household and over there at the Late to the Party household, we watch at midnight or whenever it comes out for us individually. Yeah, I think it's like midnight for everybody, right? Like in their time zone. Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know if it comes out on if it just comes out like 12 o'clock on Pacific time.
Because we're the last
ones.
So does that mean East Coast, if they want to watch like at the drop of the hat, they would have to stay up until 3 a.m.?
Well, actually, yeah.
Let us know. I don't know. Debbie watches and Stardew. They're from New York. So if you guys let us know how that works. Oh, 3 a.m. Eastern.
They wait until the last 12 p.m.
I mean,
oh, that sucks.
I would not stay up. I am glad that I live, just because I understand the need to want to watch the show.
And late to the party has to stay up until 1 a.m.
On the behalf of everybody
I'm
on the West Coast, we're sorry.
Sorry, guys.
We're so sorry.
By the end of watching that show and cheering on Wendy in the edit, going, Wendy, you can do it. You can do it. Wendy, she's our gal.
I mean, then that sucks even more for Robert because, and everybody on the East Coast, because if you're on the East Coast, you're starting to watch at 3, you finish a show at about 3:37, and give or take, if you do like a spoiler review, if you're a YouTuber that's doing this, and then put in like the hour to 2 hours, probably 2 to 3 hours of editing time.
Yep.
For this show. Wow. But Robert and I do text back and forth.
Hardcore guys.
Yeah. Shout out to all you YouTubers out there doing what we do. We get it, and we're cheering you on. Like Robert and I will text each other and be like, "So, what edit are you on?" This is what we try to edit out. We think it works. So there's a lot of fun cheerleading,
back and forth.
A lot of memes, a lot of gifs going back and forth of going like, "You can do this. You can do this too." So you guys, if you're here, make sure you check out Late to the Party. They have awesome reactions as well for WandaVision. And so many other videos, so make sure you check them out. Cobra Kai fans, that's where you want to be because they got a lot of Cobra Kai stuff going on there. Real quick, we have a super chat from Marvin. Martin,
so much.
Thank you. From Last of Us to Game of Thrones, some people's interest peak with Bleak.
Sometimes
quit it. What are you doing?
She's trying to
get her band. We're so sorry, guys.
She's trying to rub off her bandage. No, come here.
Hey.
Come here.
Oh, nope. She's escaping.
Come here, you.
So she, for everybody who's not caught up to date, Navi is our dog. She is basically the general manager of the movie couple.
Yep, she takes care of all the sound and editing. I mean, sound and lighting.
Yeah, and she's recently had surgery to remove a mass on her back.
Careful.
So she's got like a bandage that's on that she's trying to.
She gets it removed in just 3 days.
She's going back
3
to the
more
vet
days,
and then
you can
Tuesday.
get it taken off.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's why if you see us yelling at her, it's not because we don't want her to play. It's because the doctors were very specific about what movements she can't do, and that was definitely we don't want her to pop her stitches, basically, because that would be super, super bad. But yeah, you guys, we have tons of topics to talk about today. We also have something a little bit different. We've got a treat box that we're going to actually open on air and share the contents with you. Well, virtually, we can't physically share them with
Wouldn't
you.
that be cool if it was like really Willy Wonka?
Like
here, try one.
The snozberries tastes like snozberries. So yeah, that will come on a little bit later on the show. But first, is that all the announcements that I have? No, it's not. We our spoiler review, since we're talking about WandaVision, that is up and available on our channel. Go ahead and check that out. And of course, if you would like to continue to support us, you can support us via, obviously, first, very easy and at no cost to you, a thumbs up on this video. A simple thumbs up really helps us out so much here on YouTube. It does some stuff with the algorithm where people are like, oh, I want to check it out. So that would be super helpful. Other ways you can, if you can, of course, is donating via Super Chat and or Streamlabs. Both of those links are, well, there's no link for Super Chat, but the link for Streamlabs is in the chat. I think it's pinned to the top. So go ahead and if you're able to, obviously. So thank you so much for everybody who has continued to support us in the past, such as like Chris's Choice, Marvin, Justin, Vanja. There's so many.
And something I was going to say for Marvin, yeah, you know, it kind of makes sense too that when you have a character that you are really invested in, and when they're in that bleak situation where you're like, oh no, everything is going, it's like, what is that crescendo at the end of the second act when it gets to its pinnacle of trouble. Yep. And then it finally, you're like, it's that struggle that, you know, we cheer for our heroes to become victorious.
Yes, absolutely. And we can't wait to see some of our favorite or most memorable, some of the most memorable characters from GOT to kind of come back to the HBO screen in The Last of Us. So we'll talk about that in just a little bit. All right, you guys. So first up, let's talk about literally what everybody is talking about on the internet, and that is Gina Carano's character, Cara Dune, and of course her current state. I don't even know. I was trying to be eloquent with
employment situation.
Yeah, I was trying to put it delicately, but it was announced on social media that Lucasfilm has decided to stop working with Cara Dune as far as whatever production she was involved now, and any future projects having to do with I almost called her Cara Dune, with Gina Carano and Lucasfilm. So this, I don't want to put too much time into this topic just because it's been talked about. It is all over social media. But one of the things that I do wonder is, what are they going to do with the Cara Dune character? Because previously they had announced on the Investor Day announcement videos that it was like the Rangers show that was supposedly going to center, maybe not centered around her, but she was going to be definitely involved. At least that was like the word, the rumor. That if that was the case, that certainly has to shift now. And she did play a prominent part in The Mandalorian, especially in like the finale of the thing. Where does now Cara Dune lie in the storyline? Do they just do the thing where they just don't mention her again and they say because she's a marshal, she's off doing things?
I think that's probably what they're going to do, because I don't think Disney wants to draw any more attention to this than that has already been brought attention to. I think they're going to try. I think they're going to try to delicately sweep it under the rug and move on and be like, okay, let's just get to we have all of this other stuff. Look it over here. Look it over there, kind of a thing. And let's forget about what what happened before, and just I think that's what they're going to do. I don't think they're going to create like a big scene to where they kill off her character or
her character was cool, to be honest.
Yeah,
her character was real cool.
I really liked Cara Dune. I liked her character.
Her little rebellion tattoo on her face. I like that a lot.
I really liked her character, and I was kind of excited to see where they were going to take her.
Killed off unceremoniously. That would just
that'd be kind of. I personally think that'd be kind of sloppy to handle it.
Yeah, there are certain ways to handle this, and obviously we don't know. We're not sitting in this room, so we don't know the future of Cara Dune. So there's one way, and even Debbie is saying that in the chat here, and a couple of you too, is that she will maybe just they can say she's off on a mission. She's very busy now. She is a marshal, and we probably we won't see her as that character.
Yeah. So that's one way to do it.
Well, that's the other option. Is they could recast her. We've seen it done before. We saw with Rhodey.
Yeah, that is
Howard
very true.
Was Rhodey in the first Iron Man, and then later on, Don Cheadle took over the role. I don't remember if they mentioned that he looked different or not.
No, they never mentioned it in Iron Man.
Let's just have like a WandaVision Star Wars crossover, and then we can have Darcy come in and be like, they recast Cara Dune, and that'll solve some of the problems.
Yeah, so I'm actually really curious on what you guys think, because this is not something that is kind of like, well, what do they do? I mean, there's so many different options for them to go down. Which one do you think would be the best one for them to do? What do you is it something that you guys want to see? Would you want to see Cara Dune get recast?
Yeah.
Or if you're kind of like, you know what? No, just kind of sweep it under the rug and move on.
Yeah.
Kind of a thing.
We will see how this. I mean, I don't even think we have to like search for the news. I'm sure it's going to be trending, whatever next step that they take.
Yeah.
Because this topic has been trending for like a whole 2 days, which is it doesn't sound
fresh.
long, but it doesn't sound like a long time, but I think in like the internet like attention retention rate, like I figure she wouldn't be trending anymore. And I feel like if I look right now on Twitter, she might still be, not she, but the whole topic is still trending.
Oh, I think it's going to be trending for a while. I think it's because this is a debate that's going. It is something. This debate is not going to go away, even with the whole Cara Dune situation.
She's not oh wait, nope, just here it is. I was like, oh, she's not showing up. Nope, there it is, right next to an ad by Flonase.
Freezer and carbonite.
But what about Taurus in here?
That would be funny. Yeah, you just like that's what you could do. You could have her in the book of Boba Fett, where in what is it called? In Boba Fett's palace.
Yeah.
You just see a whole bunch of frozen and carbonite people, and as you go through, you'll see like maybe some familiar faces. And then
there have to be a damn good reason why Cara Dune the Marshal though is frozen in carbonite.
Well, I mean, Boba
Fett. Okay.
Boba Fett's a bounty hunter. He's now a crime lord.
He doesn't.
So
care.
Just be like, well, no, there was a struggle, there was a battle. Somehow Cara Dune got frozen in carbonite, and there she is up on the wall.
And you know that kind of as far as timeline goes, because Debbie is saying here in the chat, let this die down first before you recast. I like the idea down the line of Lana Parrilla from ABC's Once to step in. So we know that we think that this winter typically is when The Mandalorian comes out in December, November, like end of November, December. But this year we're getting the book of Boba Fett, which is technically not The Mandalorian, because so this would kind of give them time to maybe think about, well, not think about, I'm sure they're thinking about it, but to show off the series and lead the story where that story is going to go, and then see how Cara Dune, whether she ties in or she doesn't tie into the next chapter. So there is that. We have a super chat from Blade GTR. Blade, thank you so much. Like a long time audience member.
Thank you so much,
movie bunch. Right, shopping for your care package at the moment. Any food allergies I should know about? We don't have any food allergies that we know
pretty
about.
Much anything and everything. If it's edible, I'll eat it. Wendy's
try it at least once.
I'll try it at least once. Wendy's got me to try stinky tofu. When we went to Taiwan, I got a whole bunch.
What did we try that was like weird for you though?
I'm not a big fan of like, what is it when
weird.
we got like the pig ears, I think.
Oh, okay.
It's not the flavor, it's kind of like the crunchy texture of the cartilage that I'm not a big fan of. but honestly,
You tried it?
I will try it, and honestly, every now and again, I'll be like, I'll try it again. And honestly, I'm actually really good with trying to change my taste buds too. Like when Wendy and I
broaden your taste buds,
to broaden my horizon,
palette.
but my flavor palette. But Wendy loves olives, and there was a long time where I really did not like olives. So what I was doing when we first started dating and when we got married, every time there was an olive on the plate, I would deliberately make myself eat at least one. And now I kind of like olives. So it's all about, I mean, honestly,
I'm not forcing them down his throat by all means. I usually eat his olives.
So I have no food allergies. Wendy has no food allergies. Throw it at us.
Blake, thank you so much. Thank you. For everybody who wanted to know what our P.O. box is, we put that in our Discord, I think in either the announcement or general section of it. So it's in there if you would, if you feel like you want to send us like a little note or something. Like, thank you, Blade. We're so excited to see what you send. Speaking of treats and stuff, we're gonna go ahead and try this treats box right now. So this is, you want to hold it and I can go through the spiel. So this is Try Treats. It's I actually put a link in the description if you guys want to check it out yourself. There's actually a code for us. We've tried them before, and it was like the German snack, so there's a video for that.
Well, we also got like a Japanese one once too, right? Or something?
I think so, yeah. Actually,
we've gotten a couple of these.
We've gotten a couple. Basically, it's a subscription box. You can try various snacks from various different places in the world, and they've added new snacks, new countries to their. It's like I pre-opened it, so I wouldn't struggle on air because that's something I do often. I struggle literally every day, just in my everyday life. But here is the code for you. It's Movie Couple 15, and that gives you 15% off on your first purchase. On your first purchase.
Like
and there's a purchase. Put a little. If I had a production team, put a little pork. And there are two different boxes you can pick from as well. There is like a standard and a premium. So
this is the standard one. I think.
We actually got the premium one.
Ooh.
I looked up the tracking receipt and it said premium. I was like, well, thank you very much. Nice. So we're excited to take a peek at what is inside. And the link that we have in the bio, I do have to say this, it is an affiliated link. When you click on it, it doesn't cost you anything extra. It just tracks what influencer they're getting the clicks from. And if you decide to purchase, then we get a little bit of money, but at no cost, no additional cost to you, I should say. So should we go ahead and open this box?
All right.
See what's inside. You guys get to see first.
So here, we'll go like this and we'll go. I opened it right in my face and I can't see.
That's a Taiwanese flag. That's a Taiwanese flag. Is it Taiwanese snacks?
Looks like we got Taiwanese snacks.
And it's also, by the way, Happy Lunar New Year to everybody. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh!
Now I don't want to tear the flag.
There's notes.
Oh, there's notes?
It's just the movie. Oh, sorry, you guys. The code is actually the movie couple. So let me change that right now. It's actually the movie couple, not movie couple. So if that happens, you guys then would not be able to get to use the discount. So okay.
Wow.
Updating it right now. It is now the movie couple 15 is the code. And I will add more links and stuff to the description. But there is our link that will take you straight to their website if you would like to click on it right now.
Comes with like a little postcard that says "Welcome to Taiwan."
Oh my gosh!
Explore Taiwan treats.
Oh my gosh! Okay, so this month's okay, let me not look, and I'm very excited, you guys. The Taiwanese pride is showing. Okay, so this month's treat comes to you from Taiwan, Wendy's hometown, a small country located off the eastern shore of China. Largest city and capital, Taipei is a bustling city, famous for its night markets, dust and spin. Good
night markets.
And beautiful temples. Famous skyscraper, the Taipei 101, as shown on the front of this card. There you go. There you have it. That is the building. Is one of the tallest building in the world. Ayo. All right, so in this month's box, you will find a selection of Taiwan's finest treats. Within these treats, you will find a mix of sweet and savory snacks ranging from fun treats like fruit-flavored candies. I don't want to give it away for myself. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay, and they give you a list of everything that's in there. You can't really see it because it's not focusing.
So basically, inside the box,
I like this, though. It says you can have best, worst, and weirdest.
Oh, can you grab a pen then?
Oh.
We're not
going to eat all of these.
But we're going to open them all and try a little bit. We're going to do it. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. before we dive into, we need energy in order to talk about The Last of Us and the Borderland movie. So basically, you guys, inside the box, you do get various postcards.
Wow.
One telling you a little bit or a bit of origin of the country that the box is themed after for the month of. We have explored Taiwan, so there's various facts and a oh my gosh, a recipe for Chinese mooncakes. I am not
too bad we didn't
good enough of a no, we can make this at any time. Okay, so there's that, and of course there is what is inside your box. So do we want to go ahead and pull out the very first item in the box?
Do you want to go with that? What's on the list?
With what you
okay,
got.
so we've got I can't speak Taiwanese, so let's read it.
I think it's, oh my god, my Chinese is so bad at
It looks
this
like
point.
squid.
It's
prepared squid.
It's dried squid. It is made in Taiwan. It's an original flavor. So it's dry squid and it's kind of like shredded a little bit. So do you have any, Starju was asking, do you have any Taiwan food history? Basically is what mom made and allowed me to eat. So I think, and probably everybody thinks this of their own mother's cooking, but I think my mom makes the best food, makes the best dishes. I brag on and on and on about, I feel bad when we went back to Taiwan. I asked her to cook for us. And
well, just one meal.
I said, just one meal. And she was like, I'm so tired. Okay. So she's like, well, what do you want to make? And I gave her like some of the dishes that I wanted. And she was like, but these are so simple. Don't you want something fancy? I was like, no, mom, simple is what I like. I like what you just used to make every day. Just plain rice, do some like peppered pork and this and that. So, all right. So the first one is I don't even know how to say it anymore. I feel really, really bad. Like I failed. My mom would kill me right now. But this is, it is dried squid. So we're going to give Dustin a little bit.
I don't think I've ever had this. Ready? Ooh, that is there is
quite a scent. I'm used to it. For somebody who's not used to it, is quite.
It's a very seafoody.
It's not pungent in a bad way, but it is very seafoody.
Pink.
I used to snack on this as a child. But I would buy the one with like a cartoon character in the front.
Oh.
Because that was more appealing to me as a child.
It's funny. We actually have some of these
in our pantry
with some of these in our pantry as well.
So I would say maybe we don't need to taste those because we know what they taste like.
We know what these taste like.
But
these are good. These are really good cracker cookies.
These are called Bing Bing. They're rice crackers and they are like a savory and sweet flavor. It's really, really awesome. Put them over here. And these are the Hello BB. They're also rice crackers, but you see the white on it a little bit. They're kind of like little sugar pieces that are on top. So this has got a little bit more of a sweet flavor, but not overwhelmingly sweet.
And we've also have a whole couple of these in our pantry, the High Chews.
The High Chews. So we love them and we know them, and so we're not going to taste them. Another one, even though this has Korean written on it, I think it is still a Taiwanese brand, but it is like, it says Hanguo Zicai. So it's like a Korean style seaweed laver. It says, so if you guys are a fan of seaweed, we love seaweed. We actually, not this brand, but we do have various seaweeds in our pantry as well. Just because you can go to like an H Mart or a 99 Ranch and you can just get like a giant box of them. So we have that. Okay.
I don't know what this is.
This, I'm very excited about this. This is, in English, they're saying it's sashima. I don't remember what it is called. Wait, I'm gonna make sure I got the right one.
Well, they come with it. I mean, there's just a lot. I mean, I like it. Hold on a second. I'm gonna hold up. I'm not.
Okay, yeah, it is. Okay.
Like they gave us like a whole bunch.
There's a lot of candies and stuff. We're gonna get to all of it, so let's not like rush through this because I want them to.
Oh, I was trying to
rush through it.
Yeah, well, show them like the cool stuff that we have, and then
eat it.
Be able to move on to like the next topic.
Oh no, I thought we talked the communication error. I thought we were gonna do the unboxing and tasting online.
Okay.
During live. So this is also another kind of like rice flour snack, but it is a little bit. It's chewy and it's crunchy at the same time, and I'm just gonna bite it.
What is it? Is it like a Rice Krispie square? It really looks like a Rice Krispie square. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
That's like
A little sticky.
mm-hmm. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a lot softer than I expected it to be. It's almost like
It's
kind of
so good.
like if you had a funnel cake that wasn't as like crispy and not quite as sweet and greasy. But yeah,
It's good, huh?
I like that.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
We're gonna have to get some. And on the note card here, they're calling it the Sachima by HFC, which is a traditional flour cake snack, very popular in East Asia. It's chewy in texture, sweet in taste.
I like that. I
very
really like
light.
that.
And it's delicious. And now it's Dustin's favorite. And the next thing we have, do you want to do like the candy?
We can do a candy. I wish I could be like, here guys, have one.
Okay, I think these we're gonna have to taste maybe a little bit later, but these are little mochis.
Oh, and I love mochi.
Okay, so we're gonna try one mochi and we'll save the other flavors. But the flavors we got,
one of each.
we have. Oh, okay, perfect.
I thought we had a green one too. Oh, we had. Okay.
Okay, so we have this one. Looks like taro mochi, which we have two of. We have the red bean mochi, which is kind of like a standard sweet snack treat in Taiwan. And then this one is green tea and or matcha. There you go. Which one? These are mochis. So which one would you like to try?
I'm happy with either.
There's 3 different flavors, so you pick.
Oh, okay. I'll pick this one, the green one.
Okay.
I like green tea.
Okay, you eat half and I'll eat half, and then we'll open the other 2 later. But this is just a sampling of what you would get.
This is so soft.
What you would get in a premium box for Try Treats. And Levi, I see your super chat. We're gonna get to you in just a second. So this is the soft little mochi.
That's red bean paste.
Little mochi. It's soft on the outside. It's like gluttonous rice flour or something like that. And then they usually put a little bit something on the inside.
Very soft and very chewy.
It is sticky as well. So you'll have trouble talking afterwards.
It does have red bean paste in there too. So it adds a nice sweetness to it.
It's so good. I've missed it. Okay. And then we have, I'm going to show these to you guys. This is actually something I have a lot. It's in Chinese. It's called sanza bing. And it's technically not a cookie. Bing means cookie, but it's technically a type of candy. And let me see if I can find it here.
Oh, these are all hard candies in here too.
So they're traditional sweets made from the fruit of hawthorn. And it's thin. It's a little bit chewy. It's got like a slight sweet taste. And it's also supposedly healthy for you. So this is definitely one of the treats my mom allowed me to have when I was a little bit younger. And then finally we'll open this up. This is the last one that we're gonna try on air. This is the mala barbecue flavor Lay's potato chips. Super excited about that. So mala barbecue sticks, according to the fact sheet here. Woo, there's a scent. Mala barbecue sticks are often grilled in Taiwan as street food, so you will see them at night markets and things like that. And these chips bring these unique flavors to you in a bag.
Is it potent?
But it smells good.
Okay, I'm a little nervous.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. So you picked the little one? It's smoky.
Very smoky.
I can taste the smoke.
Ooh.
A little? Tiny bit spicy.
No, that kicks you out. Oh.
Uh-oh. Are you okay? Are you okay?
I'm okay.
This is delicious.
It's good. It has a really good flavor, but that's too spicy for me. I'm a whoosh when it comes to spicy. That's one of the things that will kick my butt. Is spicy food. You can tell my face is starting to turn red. Ooh.
You okay?
Oh yeah, I'm fine. It's not like it's going to do actually any harm to me. It's just the fact that I'm a wuss when it comes to spicy. Wendy here likes her spicy.
I do love spice. With the exception of I'm seeing this comment here from Dark Jedi Knight. What is the spiciest Asian food you've ever tried? So.
Okay, I'm going to try this.
There is. You're going to put yourself through the pain. You got this.
I'm going to try this again and see how bad it is the second time.
Okay. There is it's an instant noodle. I can't remember the brand, but it's got a chicken on it. I want to say it's Korean. We got it at H Mart, and I was like,
that didn't have as much.
There you go. Maybe it was the seasoning.
Yeah, I think that one just had a lot of seasoning on it.
So the super spicy ramen I was so excited. I made it. I put the full amount of seasoning and oil packet. I was like, I'll put it all in there. I'm no wimp. Put it all in there, mixed it up, took the bite. I was like, this is delicious. And as the bite go on, I'm like, and I'm starting to sweat. Like my nose started to sweat. My forehead started to sweat. And I was like feeling a little hot. And I was like, my tongue feels swollen.
It's numb.
It's not
I can't talk
going
anymore.
away. Drinking water didn't make it better. I actually resorted to drinking a little bit of like banana milk. And I was like, so I still have 4 of those ramen packets sitting in the pantry because I don't know what to do with them. But yeah, that's one of the spiciest things I've ever tried.
I'm good.
From brother Pay writes, I'm gonna so screw up the pronunciation of this. Oh, 新年快乐. There it is. I'm really bad at reading like the Chinese, the written out the Roman size English pronunciation of Chinese. Anyways, I'm explaining it.
Oh yeah, right.
But I'm pretty bad at reading that. But 新年快乐. Happy New Year, Wendy and Dustin. Happy New Year. How would you describe our sweet dessert, nian gao? Nian gao is a New Year's treat. Nian means year. Gao means kind of cake type.
Have I tried that?
Don't think so because they typically only make it around the New Year's time.
Oh, okay.
So the color is kind of like a molasses, darker color. It's sticky and chewy. So it's kind of like a mochi. I would describe it kind of like mochi, but denser. It's more dense, and when you eat it, it signifies like you're kind of giving yourself, and there's a lot of symbolism in Asian food. You're giving yourself like another year, like you're inviting a good year, and yeah, things like that. So, well, there you guys have it. That is our unboxing and very quick kind of sampling of treats. If you guys would like to give it a try, there is a link. It is an affiliated link, but it is in the description box below. You can use that along with our code, the movie couple 15. That gives you 15% off on any of your purchases, on your subscriptions. Remember, there is 2 different boxes. You can get the standard or the premium. We got the premium, which means there's a ton of snacks here. This is gonna be great for the next WandaVision.
Oh yeah,
if the snacks make it that far.
They won't.
I don't think so.
They're not gonna make it till.
I'm gonna finish the squid probably in 2 days because I haven't had those in forever. So go ahead and give that a little clicky click and check it out. And also, they do provide free shipping to all addresses within the U.S. And there is, I believe, whatever the rate is for overseas shipping there is.
Sorry, I'm a dork.
That's great. That was amazing. All right, you guys. So that is treats. Go ahead and give that a try. And we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic, which is, hey, more Borderland.
We missed a super chat.
Oh, no. That can't happen.
By Levi.
Oh, that's right. Oh, no, but Levi, we have to wait because it's WandaVision.
Oh, it's WandaVision?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have to hold that.
Let me write it. Let me take a picture of it so we can come back to it. So even if I don't put it on the screen, I want to make sure that we answer it. So let me just take a picture of it right now, just because I don't want anybody to get spoiled by WandaVision stuff. Although, okay, this is actually okay now that I'm reading it.
Okay,
go ahead and do it. But we might
focus, camera. Focus.
Hello. Okay. Levi, thank you so much for your super chats. Thank you for waiting forever for us to get to it. Levi writes, heard a theory that people think it's Loki in disguise that is manipulating Wanda, promising her a Mind Stone from a different universe.
Ooh.
That's a theory, isn't it?
That's a fun theory.
Oh.
And it would make sense because Loki would be able to change his appearance.
Mm-hmm.
But wait.
Loki's...
No. The fact that it's evil. It would be evil Loki because he also has the Tesseract. So the only thing is, though, Quicksilver. I was going to say, oh, maybe he's Quicksilver.
Wait.
But actually, Quicksilver used his speed, and Loki would not have that power. But he also could be Hayward. Maybe he's disguised.
But have we established that Loki is actually alive? Because
yes. Because remember, in that flashback in Endgame, he reaches down, grabs the Tesseract.
Oh, so there's a
trailer.
Different Loki somewhere else?
Yes, we still have the evil Loki from Avengers out there.
Then who died?
That was good Loki from a different reality. So it's possible. I think because right now Loki is jumping around from place to place. So I'm really curious. I think actually Loki starts right at the end of that one scene from Endgame. because they showed us in the trailer that one spot
where he took the Tesseract.
But I think that would be really fun to bring in Loki into WandaVision because, yeah, he can raise a whole bunch of hell, so to speak.
I mean, I guess that is quite a theory. I hadn't heard that one yet.
It is. I like it. It's a fun one.
Very interesting. And real quick, before we go back to the next topic, we have the hot sauce. Just a little ramen tip. The hot sauce and the dry ramen should be in the oil packet. Don't add it. That would be, milder. Use dashi soup stock or dried soup packet instead of...
Oh,
ramen hacks. Yes.
I love ramen hacks.
Thank you so much.
Haichu.
Haichu. All right, as Dustin eats his Haichu, we're going to go ahead and move on to our next topic, which is Borderland. So let's talk about this. We had talked about this previously in an earlier live stream, but following the news of Kevin Hart and Cate Blanchett being announced to play Roland and Lilith respectively, now there's been more casting that's been announced for the Borderland movie. So we can now add Jamie Lee Curtis, who will be playing Dr. Tannis, and Jack Black will be voicing Claptrap. Wow.
Jack Black, that's actually a really good one for Claptrap because he knows how to pull off that funny yet annoying kind of character, and that's exactly what Claptrap
can be
is.
A little annoying. I remember we loved him so much in Borderland 1. And then I think it was like 2 or the one that came after the kind of like, there was like the pre-sequel or something like that. There was one of the claptraps that I didn't like. And I was always like, shoot at it. Even though if you shot at it, there's nothing that could happen.
I know. You wish sometimes you could blow them up.
But not the Borderland 1 claptrap. That one I love.
Yeah, he was funny.
Another one where I don't remember if it was in 2 or if it was in the pre-sequel or maybe I think it was the
pre-sequel one because right now we're
right now playing Borderland 3.
Yeah.
Again. So yeah, no, I actually. Are you okay?
Yeah, some of that spicy stuff just got in my throat.
You want to drink some more?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, we're okay. So with the new casting, I really do like the choice of Jack Black as Claptrap, and now it's kind of a little mini Jumanji reunion because he's definitely worked with Kevin Hart on not just 1 but 2 movies in Jumanji, so they will be reunited for that. And this is kind of, I mean, the stars in this is pretty big. Jamie Lee Curtis is
Jamie Lee Curtis, yeah.
Cate Blanchett. She's going to play Dr. Tannis, and I think she's going to have a lot of fun with Tannis because
Tannis is a little
unhinged. A little. She's an archaeologist in the world of the Borderland games, and so that's going to be interesting to see. And I think that because we got to see a bit of how much fun Jamie Lee Curtis can have with her role, such as the one in Knives Out. I think she's going to have a ton of fun with Tannis. Like, that's just going to be a lot of fun. And then just to kind of talk about what we thought of the casting, or what I thought of the casting for Lilith. I initially was kind of like, I don't know about Cate Blanchett as Lilith, and you and I kind of play the whole fantasy casting game when we thought some of some of the other actresses we would also like to see play Lilith. But then recently, since we've gone back to play Borderland 3, so I'm seeing Lilith and I'm hearing her again, and I actually feel like now, not ever saying that Cate Blanchett would have not done well in the role. Like, she would have crushed it regardless because of the caliber of actor that she is. But the more I have played the Borderland games, the more I'm kind of reminded of like Lilith's voice is what sold me, because it's a little bit deeper register. It's kind of soothing and reminds me a lot of Cate Blanchett's. So with that said, and also the cheekbones. So with that said, I'm now a little bit more excited to see her play as Lilith. Anything to add to the Borderland news piece?
I'm still a little nervous that they're going to be going off on their own tangent on this. And we've seen what happens when video game movies kind of go on their own tangent, is that you kind of lose like the heart and soul of what the game was and what made people love it. So I'm still, even though this cast in, they're still all great actors, I feel like it's a little off from the original source material. So right now, I'm still really nervous about how it's going to turn out, because especially with Borderlands.
Yeah.
You could really just get lost in it and kind of just do your own thing and have it turn out to be like a wannabe Mad Max kind of thing.
And let's hope not. I really want.
And I'm just nervous about the whole video game curse. There are some movies that have been able to break away from it, but for the most part, it's still kind of a big issue. You know, there's still producers who are like, okay, we're going to take the source material, but then we're going to kind of do our own thing with it. And I'm kind of like, I'm just curious on how they're going to handle it. And we're not going to really know until we get to see a trailer for it.
Yeah, of course. And it won't be for a long time coming because they've just started to solidify the cast. So it won't be not until 2022 or maybe even 2023, really depending on the status of like the pandemic and how if the rules and safety of being on large production, how that's going to play out. So we'll see. But yeah, we're definitely keeping our eyes on it because we love the game. So we can't wait. Navi, you really got to stop asking for attention. I love you, but you can't do this every single live stream. All right, it's okay.
I'm trying to. Okay, sorry.
It's all right. It's all right.
Try to shoo her away with the play. All right. But what are your guys' thoughts on the casting? Are you excited about this? Have you guys actually played the game?
Yes.
I know. I mean, we've played all the games. We've number 1 and number 2. We played completely all the way through, multiple characters. The prequel, we played most of the way through, but then we got distracted by the third one. So I
have to go back and finish some other stuff.
But these games are great. They're wonderful first-person shooters. They're very tongue-in-cheek and very out there.
Yes.
So I love them. I want to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions.
Yeah. And of course, going from one video game to another, I just got to change the banner here, to the Last of Us series casting. So this is so much fun. So remember, in the last live stream, we were literally talking about just a rumor and not confirmed, and we said that as much in the live stream, that Mahershala Ali had been offered the role of Joel. We didn't know that if this was true. We didn't know how confirmed this was. We didn't know if he even wanted the role. So literally about 2 hours after our live stream ended, it was announced that Pedro Pascal has been confirmed to play Joel. And we also found out that Bella Ramsey, who plays Lyanna Mormont from Game of Thrones, has been cast as Ellie. So it's kind of like a GOT, a little Game of Thrones reunion here, going back on the HBO screen here. And for anybody who hadn't played The Last of Us, here's a little bit of the plot and the story. According to Deadline's article, the story takes place 20 years after modern civilization has been destroyed. Joel, a hardened survivor, is hired to smuggle Ellie, a 14-year-old girl, out of oppressive quarantine zone. And what starts as a small job soon becomes a brutal and heartbreaking journey, as both must traverse across the U.S. and depend on each other for survival. So just with that bit of like description, and even if you haven't played the game, you can picture, they said heartbreaking journey. It's going to be dark. It's going to be gritty. There's going to be hardship. There's probably going to be, killing. Well, the killing kind of comes because of the game. And so we're excited to see this. I honestly didn't even really put Pascal like in my list of like possible actors to do this.
Yeah.
Or maybe I did. I don't remember. But kind of. Go ahead.
Someone had mentioned Hugh Jackman? Hugh Jackman.
Huge Jackman.
Yeah, huge. Yeah.
Huge Jackman.
And I was like, as soon as someone said that, I was like, that's brilliant. It's Logan and the girl that played X-23. I was like, oh my gosh, that's a brilliant idea. It worked so well in Logan. Yeah. But this also makes me go, this looks really good, because I loved each of them in Game of Thrones. Pedro Pascal has come out as his own man kind of a thing, to where he's very much a leading man. Yeah, I mean, you see him in The Mandalorian, even if he's masked. We get to see him in The Mandalorian. We saw him as Max Lord in Wonder Woman 1984. To see him in Narcos. He is going to be, I think, in the next Kingsman movie, the one that's coming out soon. And we know he can play that broody kind of character very well. I just like to see him with like full like Joel beard, facial hair, a little dirt. It's going to be a lot of fun, and I think it's really, really funny that the two actors are both from Game of Thrones,
which was aired on HBO, and now they get to be on an HBO show. So I am super excited for this. Is like right on casting, especially for Bella Ramsey, because we loved her character in the Game of Thrones. When we first saw her, I was like, oh, move over everybody else. Who is she?
Mm-hmm.
Put her on the throne.
Yeah,
she's fantastic. So yeah, we are really excited for this, and I can't wait to see. I don't even know when this is coming out, but I am.
But we want it now.
Yeah, we want it now. All right, you guys. So I think that is actually our bit of news. So we are going to go ahead and move on to our WandaVision spoiler talk. So before we get into it, I'm going to have to ask Dustin, do you need like a really quick break?
I'm actually, I do need to refill my water because
So,
I used it all up. So give me a second.
So actually what we're going to do, we're just going to go on a very quick break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, and we will dive into all full-on spoiler for WandaVision. And with that said, we will be right back. And welcome back, everybody. Just seriously, the shortest break so we can just get up and use the bathroom and get some more water. But you guys, if you are still with us, thank you so much for continuing to watch. If you're enjoying our conversations, if you enjoy watching Dustin get affected by the spicy chips live on air, because neither one of us knew it was going to be that.
Well, I think I just got a
flavorful
chip that was just covered in that spicy stuff. And I'm just like, oh my goodness.
But we got water. We are ready. So if you're still here and you enjoy everything you've seen so far, go ahead and give us that thumbs up. Really helps us out a lot here on YouTube. And as we said, this portion of the live stream is going to be solely focused on WandaVision spoilers. So if you have not watched the previous episode, if you're not caught up, we would suggest that maybe this is not the best live stream for you to watch, unless you don't care about spoilers. We just don't want to take away any of the surprises for anybody who happened to not caught up and just be like, oh, I'm still gonna like stick around and watch this. So with that said, that is our spoiler warning. You have been warned. And with that said, you guys, let's go ahead and dive into WandaVision. So no extra cameos or anything like that. No surprise cameos. And I'm
even
totally
though
okay with that.
I was waiting for it. I was almost sure we were going to at least find out who the aerospace engineer was. And there was a moment that I actually had to go back to and go through in slow motion where Monica's phone goes off. And I was like, oh, and you see the screen light up. And I was like, okay, slowly, scene by scene by scene by scene.
Did you figure out?
Nope. I was even trying to be like, oh, everything's all blurry. Normally, like the name pops up kind of a thing. Maybe I can make out like the size of the first name and the size of the second name, and I can match them up. Nope.
They don't want you to know.
I went through I was watching that moment when Darcy's on the computer, and I'm like, oh, there's all these file names. Let's see who all these and they're just all the names that are in the on
Did
the
you
computer.
Google them?
Yep, I
Even
Googled
the ones
them.
underneath James Wu?
And those are all just people. Those are all just
just send an email to James Wu at whatever and see what happens.
And I was like, okay, come on, someone in here's got to ring a bell. I don't know these names. Maybe it's just a character that I'm not familiar with, or this is like kind of like an alias that they went by in the comic books. Look, no, and they're all just people who worked on the show, which I actually think is kind of fun.
Yeah.
The fact that they just used all of these names to kind of honor the people who are behind the scenes, who really don't get that much credit.
Yes, there is one when Pietro was slammed into the fake like tombstone set in the Halloween town square scare area. If you look at some of the names, one of them said Dr. Rivas. I looked it up and it didn't lead me anywhere. So if you guys know, put that in the chat or in the comments. The other one said Janelle. I can't remember, but I did look up the name, and she is the first AD of the show. So that they put a little appreciation of their own crew in there as well. Of course, you need it, because without the crew, it wouldn't happen. So yeah, no major cameo, but I didn't expect there would be another one. I don't need the show to be cameo heavy for me to like it. I already love it. You've sold me already from episode 1. But I know a lot of people are wondering about the aerospace or the neurospace engineer. Like, who is it? Who do we think? There's speculations that it would be Reed Richards. It could be Sue Storm, or it could,
Ironheart.
Could be Ironheart. Like, I don't think it would be like Captain Marvel or anybody like that.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think that's gonna happen. At least not in this show. So we will see. Oops. We will see about that. I clicked on the wrong thing. Sorry.
But I do have to admit, I loved the way that this episode started, the way that it was Malcolm in the middle, kind of the intro, and it was a definite shift from the previous episodes to where now they're talking directly to camera and they're breaking that fourth wall. And I loved the Halloween episodes in sitcoms is always so much fun, and having everyone dress up and have everyone. I loved Billy's costume.
Yeah, Billy and Tommy's costume. Of course, the Scarlet Witch traditional costume. The Vision with the boxer shorts cracks me
when he came down, and I was like, well, what is he going to say he is? Because he can't say that I'm an android. So he just said, oh, yeah, the thing. I know you have a thing for Mexican wrestlers. And I'm like, ah. I thought that was great. That
was brilliant. And I think it's funny, too. The kids were calling Wanda. They're like, are you old Riding Hood? And I was like, oh, and she was like, and then she switched. She's like, I'm a Sokovian fortune teller.
She did like the little holding the crystal ball.
I was like, oh, man. I love it. This show has so many little like Easter eggs and nuggets. And sometimes you don't catch it on the first watch. So you watch it again, which is great. And to quickly just kind of break away really quick from this conversation. Thank you, Levi, for your super chat. Levi writes, The Last of Us. My 3 choices would have been in order. Jeffrey Dean Morgan. We said that in our conversation, not like on air or anything like that. We were just chatting, because we literally talk nerdy stuff all the time.
Oh yeah,
here at the house.
We're nerds, so I mean, just because the camera's not on us, that doesn't mean we don't talk about it.
We're just extra nerdy when we're off air. So if you think this is nerdy, you haven't seen nothing yet. Jeffrey Dean Morgan, Hugh Jackman, Viggo Mortensen.
Oh, I like Viggo. Ooh.
Like A History of Violence. And like Eastern Promise.
I like that. Viggo Mortensen would be a really good choice.
I haven't seen him act in a long time. I kind of miss it. I just don't think Pascal when I think Joe. And I think that maybe that's why I didn't think it too. I was kind of like think of like a dark, brooding kind of a character. And I think
and I have
Pedro in interviews and stuff like that is always like so fun and cheery and happy. So I didn't really associate the two. But I still really like a lot of the roles that a lot of the characters that he plays. So
yeah. And honestly, right now I still have a little bit of his character from Wonder Woman 84. So
not our favorite.
Not our favorite.
Not our favorite. But he looked like he had a grand old time.
He was having fun
playing Max Lord, and I think that's also equally important to an actor, is to really enjoy, you know, the story and the character that you are a part of. Thank you so much, Levi, for your super chat. Did I miss one? Is that what?
Oh, no. I was saying the question actually right underneath the super chat, I just think is a pretty fun one.
Okay, sure. We can read it out loud.
We'll actually get to that later.
Oh, we will.
Because I think that's a good question to kind of build up to.
Yeah.
Because what is it? When one of the things that really did stand out is just I loved Pietro in this. I love the way he fits in this series. I love the way that you're throughout the entire episode. You're sitting there going, you're scratching your chin. You're like, how are they going to do this? What are they going to evolve Pietro into? Is he really who he says he is? If he's not who he says he is, what is he? Where did he come from? And throughout the entire episode, I think they did a great job on slowly progressing that. The pacing on that was done very well.
I have always kind of had a suspicion whether or not this was the actual Pietro from the other universe, so we can kind of start expanding and crossing universes, if you will, and kind of open. But the thing, especially in this episode, was that he was talking about some stuff that I felt that this Pietro just wouldn't know, because technically, even, okay, one, he's from another universe. Two, if she did recast him for him to have a different face, and this was truly like technically like this MCU Quicksilver, he wouldn't know anything else because he died.
Yeah.
So how would he know about Vision dying twice? How would he know that? And why was he trying to? And also his memory of like Halloween in Sokovia and Wanda's seemed to be a little bit different. I know that was kind of like a funny, you know, with the fish and stuff like that. But the Wanda's like, that's not how I remembered it. And I don't think her childhood would have been altered. I think she would remember that. Just because she's altering her reality doesn't mean she's altering her past. So I am that. So that's a little curious. And one of the things that he was trying to say before we saw Zombie Pietro was he seemingly was trying to ask her, how are you doing this? Where were the kids prior to this? Where'd you hide them? They were sleeping? Oh, when you put all the neighbors in here, like, you know, they still they weren't separated from the family. So if there were a couple, there were still a couple. Some of them even got like a better job. So like, how do you do it? And I was like, but why is he curious about that rather than like, hey, but are you okay as a brother? So that's kind of interesting
and I've
to me.
Seen it pop up a couple times, not just with Blade, GTR, but there's also the fact that he did a really good job on, you're testing me, and then switching subjects. So he knew that was a question that would lead down a dangerous path. So he immediately avoided it. So one, why is he avoiding it? And two, who is he? What is he?
We don't think he's Pietro.
I think there's two hints. One is the fact that they said the word nightmare twice in this series, and one of them was by Pietro. However, he also yelled out to the twins, give them hell, demon spawn. In the comic books, the twins are actually shards of Mephisto. So I'm wondering if that is a reference to the fact that they are actually pieces of Mephisto, and Pietro is either another shard of Mephisto, or it is actually Nightmare, who is trying to be like, since the stones have all been destroyed and then reformed, kind of thing. These stones could have been holding these demons, these evil characters back from being able to touch reality. And now they're actually coming free, but Mephisto's still in pieces. And Nightmare is trying to do something to try to get like his
bad. So you don't just drop your Thanos or your Darkseid right on top, right? So I know Darkseid is the whole universe. I'm just talking about like the overall biggest villain.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you don't just have Thanos coming right off the top. Like you slowly tease and build and build and build. So would it make more, to your theory, would it make more sense for it to be Nightmare introduced first and then that build up to Mephisto then?
Well, we also know that I think it was Kevin Feige who said it, that when they announced Doctor Strange 2, Nightmare is going to be the big baddie in that episode. And he was saying, in that episode, in that show, in the movie. And it's they were saying that this is going to be the first scary Marvel film.
I like it. So
I'm excited about it. And having Nightmare, who is a creature that feeds on people's fears. He's pretty much like the Marvel's version of Freddy Krueger, but yet not to the point to where it's a slasher film to where he hacks him to bits and pieces, kind of a thing. But he feeds off of that fear, and he's only really stays in his own little dream realm. He can come into our world, but he's significantly weaker in our world.
Okay.
So it would make sense that he's very curious about Wanda's powers. He's like, how are you doing this? If I had these powers, I would be able to bring parts of my realm into here, and I would have such amazing control and strength in this realm that I am very weak in. And if he's trying to get chaos going, I'm sorry, all of these geeky,
no, it's okay.
I love these.
That's what this section of the live stream is about. Look, we have so many theories in our heads. We're building new ones all we're building new ones all the time, but nobody really knows exactly what the showrunners and the writers and directors really have in store for us. We could be right on the nose, or we could be so far wrong that it's going to be hilarious when they finally unveil the truth. Another thing that I kind of wanted to bring up is with another character, actually a couple characters, because I saw Debbie in the chat saying this. Dottie has not been seen in a while.
Oh yeah,
and she was quite prominent in episode 2 and 3. So specifically episode 2.
Yeah, I don't think she was in any of the other episodes. She was only in episode 2.
Does these earrings make me look fat? Oh, and that was episode 3.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh well, because episode 3 was in colored. Okay.
But that was a quick cameo.
Yeah,
she asked her husband, "Do these earrings make me look fat?" And the light turned off, and he's like, "Oh, thank God." So yeah, that's right. Where is Dottie? Because I would love to see Emma Caulfield again.
Yeah.
In the role, they made a big deal to introduce her, and now she's not around. So like, did Wanda not like her? So she was like, "Yeah, be gone. Get out of my universe. Go to sleep," or something like that. But also, let's talk about Agnes. Agnes was seen at the intersection of Ellis Avenue and I think it was like Rolling Hills or something like that, in her car, stopped. And this was the part of the neighborhood that Vision had ventured out to, where everybody was either on a repeat of movements, such as a animatronic, or they were just so creepy, or they were completely paused, just standing there. And what was kind of really creepy about that scene as he kind of walked through the neighborhood was that one woman with the clothing line, and she was doing this repeatedly, just that one single tear of like,
oh my gosh,
help me. How long has she been doing? I mean, it has been Halloween all the time, but the fact that,
and the husband in the background putting out the jack-o'-lantern.
Yeah.
Putting out the jack-o'-lantern.
It just goes to show that the more Vision's discovered that something isn't right, where are they? Wanda's really doing all this. She's puppeteering all this, because he even said at the beginning to her, he's kind of like, I don't want to what? And she was like, because they're trying not to have another fight and things like that. But after his conversation with Norm, he's kind of like, okay, well, something's not right. These people are trapped in their own bodies with thoughts that are not their own. They're being made to do stuff that's not their own, wanting to do.
Yeah, and the fact that Wanda was telling Vision, that's not what you're supposed to do. And he was like, what? I'm not supposed to do what?
I'm not supposed. And she was like, fine, go do your patrol.
And I'm just so curious on what is Wanda's doing and what is the other entity is doing.
And that brings us to kind of Agnes. So is she actually under Wanda's control? Because it's seeming like sometimes she'll say things like, you want me to take that again in episode 5, and in this one, she seems to also have been kind of like stuck as well, where she was paused on that intersection in her car, and she didn't move or anything like that until Vision tapped her in the head, just like he did with Norm.
But that was also something else that was weird. When Vision goes up to Agnes and talks to her, she actually responded. But when he talked to that one woman on the street that was looking at her kids going trick-or-treating, he was like, are those your kids? No response. Why is it that Agnes was actually able to break free just a little bit and actually talk to him and communicate? Acting. Oh,
or she knows that he suspects, so she's trying not to break the illusion or something, you know, because that is really interesting. Why isn't she completely paused? And the whole conversation was really interesting for Vision to further realize that I don't remember. And he said it as much.
What's an Avenger?
Yeah, what's an Avenger? I was like, oh no, you don't remember all of this stuff. You don't remember that he doesn't know that he died. He doesn't know any of it. And we remember that big argument that him and Wanda had. You know, he's like, he literally screamed at her. He's like, I am scared. I don't know who I am. I don't know my life. I don't remember anything. All I know is this.
What's outside Westview?
What is this? So with that said, Vision tries to break through the barrier of the hex. Actually walks through it. And of course, Hayward and his men comes out, and they're like, "Oh my God, he's coming through!" And what is crazy is they had their guns out, of course, because like everything's a
murder squad.
Right? Yeah, murder squad.
Look at the guy that almost got murdered by his own murder squad.
You know, Hayward is like always like talking big, and I'm the boss until that happens. And I was like, "You need a new pair of pants, Mister." All those guns were just pointed at you. You should be like Deadpool and wear the brown pants.
Oh, okay. And that's also something else that kind of fits into my nightmare theory too, is the fact that nightmare fears feeds off of fears. And so far, it seems like Hayward is becoming more and more aggressive because he is scared of what's going on. Are we just supposed to surrender to that thing out there? The fact that it's kind of also starting to build that anti-mutant, anti-superpower sediment. So that's, once again, it's that fear. It's that fear of these crazy people with powers that we have no control over.
Oh, okay.
And if Nightmare is behind all of this, I would make sense that in their dreams, he's getting all of these people just be more and more afraid, more and more scared. So they would do more and more irrational things. And once they're 100% controlled by their fears, Nightmare is able to puppeteer them a little bit more.
Yeah. Interesting. And a couple of interesting theories by you guys in the chat too. TFA says it's all about the Mind Stone. Let's see. Tomi Joshua Ibukun says, I am sure she was leaving quickly and got caught. So
she was trying. Oh, maybe if Wanda's distracted with all of these other people and trying to control this side of the town, I can hop in my car and I can get out of here.
Molly writes.
And then she gets to that edge. And everyone's had those moments, I think, to where I think the way it probably feels for them is when we have a brain fart, you know, where you walk into the room and you just stop for a second and you're like, why did I come in here?
Yeah.
What's going on? No, I was supposed to go to the town square. So I'm just, there's so many, they're doing a really good job on keeping these questions, you know, coming to where we're constantly like, well, why about this? Why about that? And something else that I got super excited about when they were talking about Hayward.
Yeah.
And Darcy's on the computer going, what are you hiding? What are you hiding? And I'm wondering if he's starting to develop sentinels. I would love that if it's because at the very beginning of episode 4, they're talking about, you know, we don't have any people anymore because either they've lost their nerves or they've been like, you know what, I'm out of here. I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
And how everything was just falling apart. And they're like, well, the only option we have is artificial intelligence. And we see them walking through this workshop in episode 4, and they're building something big.
You mean in the right.
When
when Monica was first introduced.
Yeah, and they're telling
not first introduced, but when Sword was officially introduced, I guess, if you will.
So what if on that program he's actually hiding the Sentinel program?
Yeah.
And he's actually building Master Mold. I think it's Master Mold. It's either Master Mold or Mastermind. It's the huge Sentinel that builds all of the little Sentinels.
Yeah.
Well, little in comparison to him, but, big compared to all of us.
Interesting theory for sure. We have another super chat from Levi. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you so much,
Levi,
Levi.
for this. Levi writes, main female villain? I remember Norm saying you have to stop her, but never said Wanda's name. That's correct.
No,
maybe Morgan Le Fay or Umar. Is it Umar or Umar? Umar.
I'm actually not familiar.
Not that popular. I know. I am unfamiliar with both of those names. So if you guys know, go ahead and please put that in the chat right now or in the comment section if you're watching us on the broadcast. But
I like that. The fact that they are deliberately, they like kind of give you answers.
Mm-hmm.
Where like, you have to stop her. But yeah, when he says her, is he actually talking about Wanda or is he talking about someone else? Also, what was it? The aerospace engineer is supposed to be a girl, right?
Yeah,
well, there's a feminine. Well, she also said my guy. When I said my guy,
she could know a lot of people. It's Monica Rambeau. She grew up, in this whole like world. So it could be she could just know a lot of people and stuff like that. And that she's been, when the camera's not on, she's been texting and emailing them and saying like, hey, like this is what's happening. Like she knows that she needs to bring certain people with a certain set of skills in to help her out with this. But to your point, the aerospace engineer person, meaning being female, is that some of our viewers who watch the show and they watch it with captions on. So if you turn on the caption if you're watching it in Spanish, the engineer had like the female, the female pronoun put on it or something like that. So that could be a clue. And if that's the case, could that be Sue Storm that's coming to aid, or could be somebody else? We're not sure, but you're right. Norm, when he was kind of out of his illusion, if you will, when Vision freed his mind for like a hot second, he did say you have to stop her. And we are assuming it's Wanda because when Monica came out of the barrier, she said, it's all her, it's all Wanda, right? She was the one that said her name, but Norm didn't. So who is she? Is she, maybe is Wanda? Is it Agnes? Could it be Dottie? We don't know. It could be somebody else. We don't know. But I mean, I would put my vote on, it would either he meant Wanda or Agnes. Because Agnes keeps putting herself in these situations.
I still personally think that Agnes is still an innocent bystander.
You don't think she's Agatha Harkness?
Well, no, she is Agatha Harkness, but she has somehow gotten wrapped up in all of this.
I see. And maybe she's trying to help them break out by being.
She's trapped. She's still stuck in this world somehow, and I think she will end up still helping. But I think she's more on the side of good than she is on the side of bad. Okay. That's, once again, it's a theory. Just my theory because we don't have any answers yet.
We don't have any answers yet. No. Thank you so much, Levi, for your super chat.
Thank you so much.
We have one from Bleeding Green. Thank you. Bleeding writes, sorry, I said that weird. Bleeding Green writes, I know it's only been one episode, but have you noticed that Agnes is always around Wanda until Pietro shows up?
Oh.
I think a lot of our questions would be answered if the two of them interacted.
They
didn't share a scene together at all.
That is true. Once Agnes and Pietro share a scene together, that would be interesting.
That's a great observation, Bleeding Green.
But this is another thing too. I'm also really curious just to see the split second after Wanda bamps Pietro and see what is his response. To be, I mean, is he going to get up, brush it off, and there's going to be like a big hole in him kind of thing? And he's like, did you really think that was going to hurt me kind of thing?
I don't think she did it to hurt him. I think she just kind of like got mad and like, just get away from me. Right?
Yeah, you're not my brother. I think that was the moment that she realized that whatever that is, it's not.
I actually didn't think that at all. I think that was a knee-jerk reaction because Vision's a big trigger for Wanda, where it's like, he can't die twice. She literally did watch him die twice. Once when she actually had to kill him, and the second time when Thanos killed him.
Yeah,
turned back the time.
Oh my gosh!
That's a lot of like PTSD for our girl here.
Is Wanda gonna have to see Vision die 3 times?
No.
Yeah, once when she destroyed the Mind Stone, once when Thanos ripped it out, and once at the end of this series.
My goodness.
Oh.
my goodness. Morgan Le Fay from our earlier question is from The Runaways.
Oh,
okay. Let's see if anybody wrote anything about Umar. Master Mode is what you were thinking.
Master Mold. Okay, so I was.
Thank you, Star Drew. I'm not seeing.
I was pretty sure it was Master Mold, but for some reason, Mastermind also came to mind.
All right, no other comments right now in regards to Morgan Le Fay or Umar, but thank you so much for dropping that tidbit of knowledge in there. We also have a super chat from Armor. Thank you so much. 6 episodes in, and I'm still none the wiser. So many unanswered questions. Yes. Too many theories. Yes. And there's just 3 episodes left. WandaVision season 2 incoming. I don't know if they plan to do a season 2.
I don't think so either.
I believe this is a 1-season show. Which makes me kind of sad.
The events of this are going to lead directly into Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange 2. I wouldn't be surprised too if Doctor Strange makes a very, very fast cameo and kind of like the end credit
just scene. Just a swishy cape.
Of this. Well, no, as in like he kind of comes in and saves the day, or he's drawn because he's kind of a guy that would fight Nightmare and Mephisto.
Yeah.
So it would make sense that he would kind of be drawn to that kind of magic. And at the end, he's the one who kind of brings this to light. He's the exposition. Yeah. In a sense, he's going to be the one that comes in and goes, no. This is what's going on. These are the people that these are the real bad guys. And unfortunately, Wanda is kind of being manipulated by them because they sense her power. And sorry, but Wanda's going to crack if I don't take her, kind of a thing. Because Wanda is going to be in Doctor Strange 2. She's supposed to have a pretty big part. So supposedly, but I honestly would not mind. I think somewhere in the chat, someone had brought it up too, that she's going to turn evil for a little bit. Kind of like a Dark Phoenix kind of evil. But it's going to be either someone is controlling her or because in the comic books, her psychic breaks or the one she has a mental breakdown is very prominent.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. I mean, I'd love for her to go full baddie just because she's so powerful, to kind of see where that goes. We also have I don't know if she put it in the chat here, but on our Discord, Movie Bunch, Debbie says that WandaVision is supposed to lead right into Doctor Strange 2 as well as Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
So everything is kind of interconnected in that way.
And also, yeah, Doctor Strange is supposed to be in Spider-Man 3, but of course, that's not really saying much. Apparently, everyone's going to be in Spider-Man 3.
Nami's in it.
I think that's actually going to be kind of cool because they're introducing the multiverse in WandaVision. Then in Doctor Strange, what comes first, Doctor Strange or Spider-Man 3?
I think Doctor Strange.
I can't remember. I actually think Spider-Man might be it. But Doctor Strange, I was thinking that if Doctor Strange comes next, then it's going to be the battle in the multiverse. Then something happens and the multiverse explodes, and then it's going to be Spider-Man. You're going to see all of these, kind of like what happened in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, you're right. Sorry. Spider-Man is going to, according to Google, and I could be wrong, December 17th, 2021 for Spider-Man 3, and then March 25th, 2022 for Doctor Strange. So maybe it's too far away for Stephen Strange to even make an appearance in this show, but man, that's a long time away then.
Well,
I don't want to wait.
Then if we're thinking of a timeline,
I don't want to wait.
You could have the timeline of WandaVision and the timeline of Spider-Man, kind of a thing, to where they overlap a little bit, to where something in WandaVision creates the multiverse. You get a little bit of expansion of the fight of the multiverse in Spider-Man 3, like the fact that it's happening all over the world. And then you have Doctor Strange coming in and kind of repairing it.
Yeah. Going
like, okay, now we need to fix all of these things that are just completely messed up now.
Let's go to a super chat from Mackie. Mackie writes, hey, thank you so much. Bonjour. Maybe Wanda did a pact with the devil. What do you think? You think so?
Yeah, oh yeah. Honestly, I would be 100% agree with. I would agree with this 100% because Mephisto is very much that I'll make a deal with you for your soul. And from what it sounds like, from what I've actually gone into and studied a little bit, is the fact that every deal that is made with Mephisto is very much a monkey's paw kind of thing, to where at the end of it, you always regret making the deal.
Oh no.
So I very much think that is true. And Mephisto is kind of the Marvel Universe's version of Satan. So I am super excited for that. I completely agree with that. That Wanda made a deal with Mephisto or something like that.
Yeah.
And somehow he's using her to be able to empower himself by giving him shards to create the twins.
Yep. Mackie says always comes with a price to pay.
Yep.
That's correct.
That's exactly it.
And I think, Kyle, your comment also has come up a couple of times. Kyle writes, Hayward is a full evil Skrull. I feel we get a tease of the Secret War at the end of the show because the way they talk about Carol seems weird.
Yeah. Ooh. I would love one of my favorite.
That's a theory,
one
man.
of my favorite comic books is Secret Invasion. I would love to see that. And they've already said that they are planning to do it. So giving us a little tease now, and then maybe in 2022, we get, I think they gave us a timeline for Secret Invasion, but they also talked about Secret War. So both of those I'm just super excited about. But yeah, I want to see the Skrulls kind of come in and just be the ultimate bad guy, because in the comic books, the Skrulls just completely messed with everyone's brains because no one could trust anyone. No one knew who was a Skrull and who wasn't.
You were suspicious, and you were suspicious.
Went down this really dangerous rabbit hole of not trusting anyone in the comic books. And Secret Invasion. I just love just how much they've opened Pandora's box with the Marvel Cinematic Universe and how much we're getting.
We also have another super chat from Bleeding Green. Bleeding Green, thank you so much for all this. Bleeding Green writes, could be a long shot theory, but I've been wondering why New Jersey? There is a local legend of the New Jersey Devil that's been around since the 1700s. Could that be Mephisto? That'd be interesting if they tie in actual folklore, local legends into the comic book universe. I've also heard theory, and I don't know enough about the source material to know if this is accurate. So if you guys know for a fact, put that in the comments or put that in the chat. But Miss Marvel supposedly also lives in New Jersey.
Oh,
so that would kind of.
Start bringing a lot
with the fact
together.
that Monica and Miss Marvel are both going to be in Captain Marvel 2, that would kind of start a start of introducing of various characters before their respective shows and movies come out. So that's really interesting.
And I really like that when comic books and pop culture take some of these things, like kind of like what Batman did to Jack the Ripper. They kind of did a little twist story on that. That Jack the Ripper was really someone else that connected to this, but connecting urban legends to comic book and pop cultures is always so much fun to see when they do that.
Yeah.
And also, if you actually bring in Mephisto has a lot of connections to other characters.
Yeah.
Mephisto created Ghost Rider, if I'm not mistaken. So you can now bring in Ghost Rider with Mephisto into the current Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
So, and also he had a big Nightmare had a big thing with Daredevil.
What's a thing?
Had a connection, had a storyline.
Oh, okay.
To where Daredevil was one of the only people that could defeat Nightmare because Daredevil, the man without any fear. So he was able to conquer his fear, and he was able to defeat Nightmare.
Interesting.
So I think being able to bring in just these two villains, Nightmare and Mephisto,
next phase of Marvel Go
then you can bring in all of these other characters, and I really do hope that they bring in some of the Netflix Marvel.
Give me Jessica Jones. Give me Charlie Cox.
All of them.
Give me all of them.
Luke, I loved what they did with Luke Cage.
Yes, bring him back. But before we wrap up our WandaVision spoiler talk, we got to talk about Wanda's powers literally expanding in order to save Vision because he was falling apart and no one was helping him because his sword is a joke. right now, or actually their director. It's a joke. It's really not Sword. I don't want to blame the entire organization on, you know, their bad boss, but nobody was helping him, you know. So it was up to Wanda, and it's like she could either try to get there and pull him back, or she could literally just expand the border of the hex. And that's what she did. And I really thought that it was going to be sort of a small, just like, you know, a block or two. No, she went way, way, way out to the point where it really enveloped everything else, including the entire base of Sword. And hilariously, she turned it into a circus, because she already sees them as a circus. And their agent's a clown, which I didn't appreciate, because I don't like clowns at all. In our reaction, I was like, yeah, no. Why do they have to show? Why? But that's really, I love when they showcase she's getting more and more powerful, and to kind of show to herself that she didn't even know that she was this powerful. And of course, the red eyes glowing, like just a signature Scarlet Witch. Really, really love that. And of course, with the hex expanding, we need to know what is going to happen with Darcy, because we saw almost how everybody turned into what, right?
Yeah.
Sort into a circus. The car sales lot kind of turned into the used car sales lot. And
more of a time, correct
time appropriate. So Darcy, they didn't show. Obviously, they're going to hold that until, you know, probably the next episode. So exactly what happens, because she was handcuffed to a car, and you go in as how you are in this. So does that mean she's still going to be handcuffed to something?
I think it would be funny if they kind of like turned her into like an escape artist, you know, the people who are handcuffed and like they get out of that trap
in the circus.
In the
circus.
circus.
She's an act.
She's like, she's one of the acts.
Oh my god!
But I love the fact that Wanda turned all of them into clowns, in a sense. They turned them all into they're just a circus running around.
Yeah, we will see about that. We have another super chat from Levi.
Thank you so much, Levi.
Thank you guys so much. 95%. It's Nightmare. He has the power to forcibly take over someone's mind and control them. I feel like Wanda's powerful, so she is fighting him. Yeah. Or he's using her to you know, help manipulate. And what's her fear, right?
Yeah.
Losing Vision again.
Well, that's the
losing
thing.
her kids. That would be the ultimate fear as well.
And that would be a really good connection too, because even if Nightmare's not able to control her, he's still giving her plenty of fear. Yeah. She's afraid of losing Vision, afraid of losing her twins, afraid of if
Darcy turned into her waitress from Two Broke Girls. Why not?
That would be funny.
She just shows up like roller skating, like, you know, in a diner. What can I get you, sweetheart? Another also super chat from Levi. My goodness,
so
Levi,
much,
thank
man.
you. When she does evil things, that's Nightmare controlling her because he doesn't want anyone to interfere with his plan or just try to stop Wanda. Possible.
To where, he's trying to orchestrate this, but the one who's really, it's like you can't control the main person that's really allowing you to do everything.
Yeah.
You can only manipulate her.
Yeah.
Everyone else, you have a good control over. But yeah, with Wanda, you're like, I need to know how she's doing this, so I no longer need her.
That's why Quicksilver was trying to like, how are you doing this?
Yeah.
I
think that's a big giveaway too, is the fact that Pietro is like, how are you doing this? Let me in on your little secret.
She didn't.
Wanda.
She said, I don't know. And she could be truthful in this. She could really not know.
I don't think she knows 100%.
She said that to Vision too. She wouldn't lie to him in that way when they were having that moment, you know. Yeah. We will see. I mean, next week, we only have 3 episodes left. So there's a lot to wrap up because right now I have a lot of questions.
Yes.
Who really is Pietro? Who is Agnes? What's happening with Darcy? Who is Monica's friend who is an aerospace engineer? And is this the same person they're meeting? Or is this a different person they're meeting? Is Hayward or Haywood actually a squirrel? Or is he just like a bad person? Because I don't like, well, either way, I don't like him. So it doesn't matter. Who is our big bad? Is it Nightmare? Is it Mephisto? Is it both?
I'm
a lot of questions.
You know, a part of me is going to be a little bitter right now because a part of me is kind of like, I don't think we're going to get all of the answers we want at the end of the series. I think we're going to get some of these questions that bleed into some of these other movies. And that's where we'll get the answers. And I'm like, because honestly, that's how Marvel gets you in. That's how Marvel is going to get all of us to go and either go to the movie theaters or get it on VOD. And you know, give us your money and we'll give you the answer, but we'll give you some more questions as well.
I mean, we've given Marvel so much money. We keep buying their stuff. Go see their movies, buy their merchandise, watch their shows. But we love it. We love the show so much, and we can't wait to dive into more of this next Friday when the show comes out. So if you've enjoyed this conversation, you guys, make sure you are liking this video. Make sure you're subscribed to our channel and you've got the notification bell turned on so you can be notified of any new videos that are coming up. We, of course, do more than just WandaVision talk and WandaVision reactions. We also do trailer reactions for all the new trailers. Most of the new trailers are coming out, movie reviews, and we vlog every now and again, as well as, like, you know, taste test stuff, like try treats. So thank you so much for hanging out with us. Thank you all for your support. You guys are seriously amazing. We've enjoyed this so much, and we will be doing Saturday live streams along with spoiler talk for the remaining of the season of WandaVision. So we hope to see you guys all back next Saturday for more discussion. Thank you so much for being awesome, and have a good rest of the week. Happy almost Valentine's Day. That is tomorrow. So lots of finger hearts. Happy Lunar New Year, and you guys have a wonderful rest of your weekend. Be well, and we will talk to you next time. Bye.